The phone buzzed on the kitchen counter. A harsh vibration that sliced through the silence of the empty house. My heart lurched as I snatched it up, the screen's glow casting a sickly pallor over my knuckles. Don't worry, hon. Just staying out a bit with friends. Home late. Claire's text stared back at me. The words cold, casual, and utterly wrong. It was 1:17 a.m., and the house smelled of her lavender perfume, lingering like a ghost. My thumb hovered over the reply button, but my chest tightened, a primal instinct screaming that something wasn't right. The word friends felt like a blade, sharp and slippery, cutting through 5 years of marriage. I sank into a chair, the wood creaking under my weight, and stared at the message again. The kitchen was dim, lit only by the under-cabinet lights, their faint hum a mocking echo of my racing thoughts. Claire never stayed out this late. Not without a call, a laugh, a something to tether us. I scrolled up through our texts, her usual warmth, the heart emojis, the miss you notes from her work trips. But tonight, this sterile don't worry felt like a stranger's voice. My fingers trembled as I typed, "Who's with you?" I hit send, then deleted it, the unsent words burning in my throat. Doubt crept in, slimy and insidious, whispering that I was overreacting. But the silence of the house screamed louder. I stood, pacing the hardwood floor, the cold seeping through my socks. The fridge hummed, the clock ticked, and every sound amplified the absence of her. I tried to recall the day, her rushed goodbye that morning, her lipstick smudged on a coffee mug, the way she'd avoided my eyes when I asked about her plans. Small things easily dismissed, but now they piled up like evidence in a trial I didn't want to face. I grabbed my phone again, opening her social media, scrolling for clues. A photo from last week, her laughing at a bar, tagged with coworkers. But one face, a man I didn't know, lingered too close, his hand brushing her arm. My stomach churned, while rising as I zoomed in, searching for meaning in pixels. The front door was a mile away, or so it felt, as I moved toward it, my bare feet slapping against the floor. I checked the porch, half expecting her car, but the driveway was empty, bathed in the sodium glow of a streetlight. The air outside was crisp, biting my skin, and the neighborhood was still, save for a distant dog barking. I imagined her somewhere else, another house, another life, another man. The thought was a punch, knocking the air from my lungs. I loved her. I love her. But love felt like a fragile thread now, fraying with every second she wasn't here. Back inside, I poured a whiskey, the amber liquid sloshing in the glass. The burn in my throat matched the one in my chest. I called her, once, twice, 3 times. Voicemail each time, her cheerful voice a cruel mockery. "Hey, it's Claire. Leave a message." I didn't. Instead, I opened her location app, the one we'd shared for safety on her late-night commutes. It loaded slowly, the spinning wheel taunting me. Then a pin dropped. Not at a bar, not at her friend Lisa's, but at an address I didn't recognize. A residential street, 20 minutes away. My heart pounded, a drumbeat of dread. I grabbed my keys, then stopped, paralyzed by the weight of what I might find. The drive was a blur, city lights streaking past like accusations. My mind raced, replaying every moment of our life together. Our wedding on that windy cliff, her tears when I lost my job, the way she'd hum while cooking. Was it all a lie? Or was I the fool, building castles out of sand? The GPS led me to a quiet suburb. Houses dark except for one. Her car was there, parked sloppily in the driveway. My hands shook as I gripped the steering wheel, the leather creaking under my palms. A shadow moved in the window. 2 figures close, too close. My breath hitched, and for a moment I couldn't move. I parked a block away, my legs heavy as I approached the house. The air smelled of damp grass and betrayal. Peering through the window, I saw her, Claire, her hair loose, her laugh soft, her hand on his arm. He was the man from the photo, older, confident, leaning into her like he owned her. My vision blurred. Tears or rage, I couldn't tell. I wanted to scream, to break the glass, to demand answers. But I stood frozen, a voyeur to my own heartbreak. Inside, their voices carried faintly through an open window. "You don't have to worry about him," she said, her tone light, dismissive. "He trusts me." The words were a knife, twisting deep. I stumbled back, my shoe catching on a root, and fell to my knees in the damp grass. Trust. The word echoed, mocking me. I'd trusted her with everything. My fears, my dreams, my flaws. And now this. I drove home, the road a haze of pain and fury. Back in the kitchen, I scrawled a note, my hand shaking so badly the pen tore the paper. Hope that address was worth losing this one. I left it on the counter, next to her favorite mug, the one with the chipped handle she refused to throw out. I didn't pack a bag. I didn't cry. I just left, the door clicking shut behind me, a sound as final as a gunshot. Hours later, my phone lit up with her texts. Where are you? I'm home. Please let's talk. I didn't reply. I was in a motel, the kind with flickering neon signs and stained carpets, staring at the ceiling. My mind replayed her laugh, her touch, her lies. But another thought gnawed at me, quieter, more insidious. Had I pushed her away? My long hours, my silences, my failure to notice her fading smiles. Had I built this betrayal as much as she had? Guilt mingled with anger, a toxic brew that kept me awake. The next morning, I returned home. She was there, eyes red, clutching my note. It's not what you think, she said, her voice breaking. He's just a friend. I was upset, you've been so distant. Her words were desperate, but they rang hollow. I wanted to believe her, to cling to the love we'd had. But the image of her hand on his arm, her casual dismissal of me, burned too brightly. Tell me the truth, I said, my voice low, trembling. She looked away, and in that silence, I had my answer. The room spun, the air thick with the weight of shattered trust. I walked past her, grabbed the note, and crumpled it. I hope he was worth it, I said, and left again, this time for good. But as I drove away, a final twist gripped me. In my wallet was a receipt, dated last month, for a necklace I'd bought her, one she'd never worn. I'd planned to surprise her, to rekindle what I thought we'd lost. Now, I wondered if she'd been wearing it for someone else. The thought was a cold, sharp blade, and it cut deeper than anything else.